Today I'm going to be repairing this corner cabinet here that used to have a sliding door on it. I'm going to give you the backstory of this repair. So recently we got this new toaster here. One of the kids the other day, they went to put the toaster back in the corner cabinet, and somehow when they pushed it in there, they pushed the button down as well, which turned it on, and then they shut the door. I just happened over to the area of the cabinet here and felt heat coming from it, opened it up, and it was already too late. The track, which is actually made of plastic, had already got hot enough, it had deformed, and the door was already starting to droop. Part of it had fell down already. These cabinets are probably, if I had to guess, over 30 years old. So I didn't think there was any way I'd find any replacement tracks to go in here. I started looking on Amazon and they had some tracks, but you couldn't tell for sure what it was. And I happened across a website called Woodworker Express. I'll put the website under the video here in the description. Anyway, so they had what appeared to be the exact type of track I needed. The only difference was the track was slightly longer, like for a little bit bigger hole size, a little bit bigger door size. So I decided to take a chance on it, figured it looked so much like my original track that I could make it work. Even if it didn't work, it only cost me $13. So I really didn't think I could go wrong. So let me show you what we got. So this is the door. And as you can see, the track is very warped here. I actually tried to heat it up in the oven, see if I could bend it back, and it just made it worse actually. This new track, what's the part number it looks like? This is actually identical track to this. The only difference is they cut this one off, looks like about ½ inch, probably to fit the door. So just in case you're wondering, my opening was 13.5 inches wide by about 16 3/8 tall. So I'm going to show you the steps I take to get this back together, starting with cutting the track to the right length. As you can see, I have to cut just a little bit off. So all my holes should line up and everything. The trick to this is, though, I don't know any other way to do this than to assemble it out here and set it in there assembled, because you have to wrap this door into these tracks and then screw everything together. It could be interesting. So just a word of caution, if you have one of these, I don't know if you call them a garage door cabinet or roll top cabinet, be careful that you don't shut your toaster in there with it on. I'm just really surprised that this didn't happen some other time, because with as long as this cabinet's been here and no one's ever shut a toaster in there with it on. All right, so I got both the tracks marked and we'll go out and cut them. I'm going to use this oscillating saw here. I think that it might work the best for cutting through this plastic track. Some burrs on there, but other than that, working pretty good. Definitely don't want to over clamp this in my vise here. I'll just use a utility knife to clean those burrs up a little bit. Alright, I'm just going to clean the burrs up a little bit so they don't interfere with anything. Probably wouldn't, but better safe than sorry. I just can't believe that I found these so easily, as old as these cabinets are. I don't know if they're still installing them on new cabinets or what, but I think they also call this a Tambour door if you're looking for parts for your own. I really thought I was gonna have to just make up my own track out of wood or something. All right, so I'm gonna lay the new parts right beside it, transfer this over to here to start with so I know where that goes. This piece here goes right here. There's actually a little tab right here that keeps this from turning. I believe this right here, which is the spring to help lift the door, goes on this part. So I'm going to take this piece off, transfer it over here to start with. Get it lined up with the hole and tighten it up. Ooh, those threads feel like they're kind of loose though. It's not good. Yeah, shoot. That's not good. So I'm gonna have to fix that before I go any farther. I'm gonna put some glue in there and put some toothpicks in there and then screw my screw in so it seats and holds in there good. All right, start with some wood glue. It's got some Gorilla wood glue here and it's pretty low. So I'm just gonna get my toothpick and dip it in there. Feed some glue into that hole. Okay. Now I'm gonna cut my toothpick off. Actually, I'm gonna put another toothpick in there just to tighten things up. Now I'm gonna cut them off even with the edge. Just like that. Now I'm gonna screw my screw back in here. See, that's gonna definitely tighten that hole up for me. Much better. Got a little bonus there, how to fix a hole that's stripped out in wood. Toothpicks and glue. So we got that side on. Now, this piece here goes right here. I think I got all my screws up in the cupboard. I saved all the screws from this disaster right here, so I wouldn't lose them. I think it's these longer ones. So this rod here has flats on it, so I want one of the flats to be up against this, that right there. I want to get a headlamp so you guys can see better. Like I was saying, this piece goes right here against that raised area so it can't spin. All right, so that's what we got so far. We got our two pieces on there. So now we have to try to figure out how to assemble this door. And this could be interesting. So how this works is the door actually wraps around this part and then goes down this way. And this little plastic thing is like a strip of metal that has a lot of memory. So it's gonna go here, and then when we pull the door down, that's what's gonna make it spring back up. The easiest way to do this is going to be put the door right here and then just put this into the track. Oh yeah. So I just fed the door down into the track so it's sitting where it should be. Then when I pull the door down, once it's together, it'll just come right undone. Like that. So from this point is where I have to get it assembled so that when I put it in the cabinet, it's good to go. So this could be a little bit tricky. There we go. So I'm gonna kind of keep it pinched so I can line this hole up. The same problem there, we got this hole stripped out too. So we're gonna have to prep this hole. Good movement, so I think everything's in its track. The short screws are used to hold the track in the cabinet. The longer screws are for assembling this. All right, so there is our door assembled. It helped to have it off the edge of the counter so these fins here didn't interfere. It helped to have this door partially way down so I could reach in here and line things up. It was easier to get it in the track as well. So that's how it works right there. And that's all the way up. So with a little luck, we'll be able to get this in the cabinet here. So there is our holes. I got one down there, one here, and one here. All right, I anticipate this being lots of fun. Have to get around through the door opening with my head in my arms to screw this assembly in. So for some reason, some of my holes are lining up and some are not. Set this one out of the way for a second. Check my old pieces. Bottom one lines up, that one lines up. So this is the piece that was on this side. And you see how the long slits are here and the short slits are on top, and it's the opposite on the old piece. And the slits are slightly off. So we may have to drill some new holes. Probably should have did the hole drilling before I actually assembled everything, but I didn't realize there was a difference. So we will do the best we can. A little pilot hole. If I can get one on each side, get it started, then the other two won't be so bad. What I don't want to do is drill so deep that I drill through my cabinet. So I'm going to set my drill bit so it can't go all the way through. It's always a challenge. All right, so we're gonna set this in place. I'm going to duct tape this to the cabinet so it can't move around on me. That way I can get my holes drilled and it won't be flopping around. So get it in place. You don't want your track sticking out past the cabinet. And secure this side. We got a staple that's sticking out up there, keeping that out. There's a little staple up in there that won't let that go against there. So sneak in here, pull that out. Got some of it. Okay, there we go. So that's what we got. We got taped the track to that area so it holds everything so it's not flopping around. Now I'll go in here and drill some pilot holes. Okay, got one on that side right there. Okay, so I'm holding this track so it's pretty much flush with the cabinet, so it's where I want it. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. Now I'm gonna put a couple screws in there. So this has a little bit of adjustment left to right, so if I get done and my track's a little bit away from the cabinet and I need to bring it out, I can just loosen it and slide it out a little bit. So that's pretty good. Put the screw in the other side. Got our first two screws in. Drill some more pilot holes and then put all of our screws in. I'm gonna cheat this out just a little bit more because I got the thickness of the plastic at play. So I'm kind of holding the track where I want it to make sure the hole's not too far off. This hole actually lines up at top, so I'm gonna drill that one. All right, put the screws in here. Hold the track flush. And up top. Okay, these middle ones need to be loosened and track brought up just a little bit. At this point I can take my duct tape off because I'm done using it to hold my assembly. Alright, now I just need to loosen these just enough that I can slide this track over. Just a fuzz. There we go. I think we got it. The only thing I'm gonna do yet is take a little coconut oil and just rub a Q-tip in this coconut oil and rub it in this track here. Just give it a little bit of lubrication, that door. Just a little grabby. Could be because the tracks are new. I have no idea. Just gonna lube it up just a little bit. Oh yeah, that's better. Oh yeah, that helps. Well guys, that's gonna do it for today. Hope you got something out of it. Hope you don't have to do this job, but I guess it's better than burning the house down. So I'm glad I caught it. I'm glad that all that happened was it melted this track, and I'm thankful for Woodworker Express for having these tracks for like 13 bucks. So that's all I got for today, guys. If you enjoy this type of content, think about subscribing to the channel. It really helps, and liking the video also helps more people see it. Until next time, good luck with all your projects.